Alright, here we are, Christmas Day. We're at my brother's place with the family. We've just had a bit of a lunch. Everyone's meandered outside where it's
30 degrees.
It's just too hot outside today for me.
It's 40 tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow I think the Bureau of Meteorology have officially classified it as fuck off hot. Stay inside, don't do anything. So yeah, we had Christmas at home this morning. It was the first time for many years that we've had Christmas at home. We're keeping you up, are we? She hasn't even been drinking. But yeah, it's now about 3:30 in the afternoon. Had lunch. Just having a nice relaxing day where I'm off tomorrow with the wife. This one here's driving us out to pick up the van tomorrow. But yeah, we've just sitting back relaxing. And what are you going to be doing over Christmas while Mother and I are away?
It's for me to know and for you not to know.
To hear about in the police reports. So you're working most of it? Back working, leaving Danny in charge of the house. It's fantastic. No plans? Wild parties while we're away?
That you know of.
That I know of, yes. Yeah, so we'll probably keep everyone updated as events progress during the evening, as I get more and more wine into me. So yeah, hope everyone else had a nice Christmas day. Here in Australia, it's traditionally quite hot during Christmas, so
as it is summer.
As it is summer here, yes. Yeah, so all the rest of the folks are all sitting outside at the moment with the dogs and so on. They're just relaxing outside. Yeah, and we're just lounging in here, enjoying the air conditioner. So yeah, we'll see how the day progresses. All right, here we are down at Tocumwal finally. Got in last night, and it was after getting into the van and joining up with the others, it was I think the Bureau of Meteorology technically classified it as stay the fuck inside hot. It was nasty, but now, I mean, look at where we are. We've just gone for a walk along a nature trail, and we're on obviously on this side, and you can camp on the other side. This is what we sort of woke up to this morning. It's now 9:30. Been up for a little while, had a coffee and so on. This is what we're dealing with. This is the hardships we're dealing with. It's absolutely perfect this morning. It's only going to be about 30 degrees, and yeah, a lot more pleasant. The breeze is nice and cool now. Yesterday, even though there was a breeze, it was quite warm. But yeah, so today looks like it's going to be a bit better, and that noise you can hear in the background feels like we're back up in the top end. They're quite a noisy lot of buggers, but yeah, look, it's absolutely beautiful. We're walking into Tocumwal now. It's only about a 10-minute walk from the campsite, and where we are, is it a free campsite or? Yeah,
no, it's paid.
But it's not much, is it? Yeah, it's only a few bob to camp here. It's quite a lovely spot. It's packed at the moment. There's a lot of people there, but we're not on top of each other. It's quite nice. But yeah, there's basic facilities. You've got a toilet block, showers, but they're cold. But yeah, look, we've got the river, and Laura said you can use her shower if you want later. Okay. So yeah, it is quite nice. We're off into town now to take them all to go to the bakery to meet the wife's friend down there. Have something to eat. Yeah, gonna go and enjoy the walk. viewers. Sorry I didn't update yesterday, but we had a 740k drive yesterday. We drove from Tokemwall out here to lovely Silverton, still in New South Wales. We're heading over to Western Australia tomorrow. Going over to Western Australia. This is, and I haven't just realised I haven't shown anybody what we're travelling in. This is what we're travelling in. It's a Mercedes van, camper van. It's a 3-berth. Those 3 would be a little bit cramped. Two's cozy. Two's cozy, but yeah, 3 would be a little bit nasty. Yeah, just a Mercedes Sprinter. It's about 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning here. This is where we're staying last night and tonight. It's a Pine Ridge Recreation Centre. It's a conservation place now. 1937 they made this a conservation place for the public. Yeah, it's remote, but it's got everything we need. Like we've hooked up to power, so we're right there. There's a amenities block back there with the brown sort of fencing around it. Here we've got a little Watundra place where you can barbecue and sit and have your dinner and so on. There's some on-site cabins here. Yeah, but it is lovely and remote. Last night, all you could hear was the cockatoos and the birds chirping away, and that was it. There was no other noise at all. It's beautiful, nice and remote out here. It was a hell of a drive yesterday. Yeah, I was fairly tired when we got here, but we got here about 8. We had a few stops. We made for fuel and toilet breaks and so on. But yeah, we're here now. We're about to walk off into Silverton. So apparently it's only about a 10-minute walk from here into the town of Silverton. It is a Sunday, so we're not holding out hope for much being open in the way of festivities in Silverton. It is a sort of a mining town. It's right near Broken Hill. We are going into Broken Hill tomorrow on Monday on our way through to our next destination. Yeah, so we'll see you in Silverton. Silverton Jail would have been mainly used during the mining period, the mining boom here. Mining towns all over the world, not just here, were quite rough and ready. A law unto themselves. This stuff they used to drag the ore out of the ground. And this contraption here is one of the cages they would send the men down in. As you can see there, they go down to just over 2,700 feet. Hell of a long way down if something went wrong. And you're all crammed in there and lowered in. All right, Let's go and have a look. These are some of the graves from back in the day now. As you can read up there, there was a lockout. Union members, some people broke the picket lines, and I mean, that's what they cocked. Turned traitor. This one, he did a scabby deed. Where was the other one? This fella. In memory of him, he was a scab apparently. We still use that term today to talk about people who cross picket lines and break union picket lines. Hell of a way to be remembered for all eternity with that sort of thing. This is the hospital room, the old x-ray table, baby scales and so on. Standard old bed. Here's like a crib, the shock cradle to deal with people in shock. Now I'm no physician, I'm no licensed doctor. Judging by his expression, I don't think it's working. I think it's making it worse, if anything. But then again, I'm no expert. But this is the old hospital. Obviously, they've now just outfitted it with loads of historical stuff. All the old coasters, beer coasters. All right, that was the museum. Done and dusted. Now we're moving on to the rest of the town. As there's not much of the rest of the town, it is only a small town. As you can see, there's the old courthouse over there. It's now a kitchen and sleeps, what does it say, sleeps 44 people. We might pop back here tonight because they've got some Christmas decos up the missus wants to have a look at. And this is basically the rest of the town. She really is a stereotypical Australian country town. There'll be a general store, a pub, and a couple of other buildings. And I think on such a lovely day as this, stopping in at the local and having at least one beer is mandatory. We'll see how I go running that by the planning committee. finally made it to the pub. Doesn't get much better than this. Cricket's on, air conditioner's on, beer's icy cold. I'm having a lovely James Squire ginger. They do film a lot of old, I filmed a lot of movies here. In Excess is also here. And now I'm sitting back and enjoying it. It looks like a Yarra River water or chocolate milk, but it's actually a ginger beer. Going down like a treat. Going like an absolute treat. So I think I'll enjoy one or two more and then probably mosey on back to the campsite. It's now just after 7 o'clock at night. We've come out to a place called the Monday Lookout, which is only about 4 or 5k out of Silverton. This road down here is the iconic road from Mad Max 2, where they filmed a lot of Mad Max 2 around here, did a lot of their scenes. And as you can see, it is extremely desolate. It is getting quite popular out here. Someone's got a drone up in the sky, if I can see it. Someone's got a drone up there. We're going to hang around here and watch the sun go down and have a bit of dinner. And yeah. All right, viewers. One of the major things I love about this, a little pull-out barbecue. Like she just pulls out of there, connects to a port down there, the gas bottle on the other side. Now, forgive the cleanliness of it because we cooked on it the other night and I haven't cleaned it yet. It's all good flavour. A couple of lovely lamb shanks going on there. Again, thanks to Troy, Laura and King Billy for some beautiful lamb shanks. Done them with a bit of salt and pepper. Just cooking them up. Roasting them up beautifully on here as the sun goes down. Get them going. The sun's going down slowly, as is the sun's want. We've been joined by a few other people here. I've got me set up over here, just sitting back, having one or two only because I've got to drive the van back later, but good morning, viewers. We're now at the Living Desert Park here just outside of Broken Hill, and there's a massive sculpture exhibit up here where they've dragged heaps of rocks up here, and people from all over the world carved sculptures into them. There's a memorial to the place. As you can see, we're just outside of Broken Hill. There's Broken Hill just over there. And I mean, look around for miles. There's not another thing. It's hot, it's dusty, and there is nothing out here. I doubt there would even be a town out here if it wasn't for the mines. The mines in Silverton, which is only where we stayed last night, which is only 15 minutes away. And in Broken Hill, which is now the big mining centre around. But yeah, we've just come up here to this Living Desert state park, and where they've got all these rock carvings. You need to look closely at some of them to see what they've actually carved into them, because they have worn away over a period of time. These have been here, about 30 years now, and they've just over 30 years, and they've got a little bit of wear and tear on them. But look, it's well worth a visit coming up here. The main one that we saw on the brochure is this one over here. This one, and I suppose this one's sort of some new age art type look to it, aesthetic to it. This is the one that was on the brochure, and there's a little plaque to it over here that we'll have a look at. Okay, it's called Under the Jaguar Sun. Aztec Indian influence on it. I mean, it is quite impressive. That's a good solid slab of stone that they've carved into. I mean, look at the view. All you've got is the giant wind farm over there, and that's it. Nothing for miles. Over nearer those wind farms over there is where Silverton is, where we stayed last night. I think it's more over that direction. But yeah, there really is nothing else out here. It's amazingly peaceful and so on out here. Be a hard life living out here. Back in the early days, there's lots of monuments out here to the early settlers, the early miners and that, and you can only imagine what sort of a hard life they would have had out here. Alrighty, we've left Silverton, driven back about just over 400 k's. We're now in a place called Quorn. We've just pulled in. That's down over there. This is the park we're staying at. Lovely little park, right near the centre of Quorn. It's about 8 o'clock now. We're just heading off, going into town. There's a movie set being shown on some silos. There's a very famous attraction here. We're just going to walk into town. We're literally just on the other side of the train tracks from the centre of town again, so which is excellent. And we're just going to wander in. Got our chairs, the wife's got the snacks. And we're just going to wander in and have a look at the movies on the silos. All right, this is allegedly where it all takes place. These are the silos, obviously not in use anymore. This train line, obviously now fairly desolate, not used anymore. There are signs on it saying that this isn't in use anymore. Yeah, this is where they show them. Hopefully tonight at 9 o'clock. It's a little hut where you can hear the motor running in here. So something's got power in there, and just up in that window, that's the projector that does the light show. So, but I mean, no one's here, just us and the magpies. We're looking for a bit of popcorn. You're looking for a bit of popcorn, guys? There's a gate over there that they haven't opened because you can park in here with your cars, and they've just put some really comfortable and soft railway sleepers out for people to sit on, which yeah, nah. We've brought a couple of camp chairs over. We are literally across there. Literally through those trees over there we are. If I could work out how to zoom straight away, I'd zoom in for you, but I'm not that technologically advanced. Yeah, so hopefully at 9 o'clock we get a show. If not, oh well, see what happens. Peeps, we've come into Corn. If you're going to come into Corn, you've got to come to a place called Scruffy Fellas. It is the premier coffee shop in town. I've already been in there, got a coffee. I'll take you in for a look around. Alright, we've all finished here, looking around Corn. We just went out the Warren Gorge, have a look around, see if we can find any walking trails. There are some there. There's supposed to be 5-6 k's worth of walking trails. I didn't find them. I think I might have gone in the wrong entrance or whatever. But anyway, yeah, it was very lovely out there. It was only about 20 k's out of Corn. We're now going on to the Rawlsley Park caravan park for tonight, just out of Hawker. But yeah, definitely Corn. I mean, it only looks like a small town, but back here down all the side streets, there's a huge amount of suburbia down there. There's way more houses around here than you'd think for such a small country town. But yeah, it was an excellent place. Definitely worth coming to visit. But yeah, now on to Hawker. We've arrived in Hawker. We are currently at the Jeff Morgan Gallery. Surprising, it's a small shop. You can't film out there because he's got a lot of his artwork and so on out there. So they've got no filming and no photography signs up out there. But he's got a sort of a gallery out here where he's got vintage cars and all other kinds of stuff out here. And he said, yes, I've asked him, and he said, yes, I can film and take photos out here. It's $15 to enter out here. You wouldn't know it's here by the size of the shop. But then you come out here and the shop's out there. You just come through this door. And I mean, this is just the entrance. These are all paintings, murals done by him, by Jeff Morgan. It's just amazing. The collection just goes on and on and on. Here there's plates and glasses and vases and rocks and all kinds of things, but, ladies and gentlemen, car display. Now, I did hear him say out there he's got some very, very classic cars, some very historic and desirable cars out here. Let's go and have a look. And what do we see first up? What do we see out here first up? This is a Silver Shadow, a Rolls Royce Silver Shadow. I mean, now the guy, he said that he owns all these. He actually owns all these. Look at it. Is this a Mark V? Oh, it's a Mark II. This is, I think the Mark II was one of the first ones that ever had four-wheel disc brakes. Before that, they're all drum. And I think, if I'm right, if I can see on the back here, there is, or there was, a symbol on the back saying four-wheel disc to warn drivers behind that this car would stop quicker than they expected. I mean, that's 220 horsepower, 210 kilometres an hour. That's a fair amount to get out of a 1960s car. Now, the classic, the Model T. A Model T Ford. I don't know what year this would be. It was, and the 19, here we go, as pointed out by the lovely wife, a 1927 Model T Ford Roadster. That's it before he restored it, obviously. I mean, look at that, just amazing. But let's go to the other wall here. He's got all the models, all the old, all the petrol heads here were like this. It's got all the old oil drums, diagnostic boxes, chargers, all the old spark plugs, all the old oil cans, everything a true petrol head wants to have in their man cave. The old golden fleece tins, the old Shell bottles from back in my youth when we pull into a petrol station, you get some oil, a guy would come out and when I did, when I was young, filled up fuel and asked them if they wanted any oil in there, and check the oil and water. Just amazing. Well worth every cent of the $15 you paid to come in here. Well, it's, I don't know if I mentioned it yet, it's the 31st of December today, so therefore New Year's Eve, and the wife's organised a sunset tour for us to go on. We're being picked up shortly down at the caravan park reception. hopefully in an air-conditioned vehicle. Yeah, so looking forward to that, and then we'll be coming back here. I think we're just going to have a quiet one for once. Nice quiet New Year's Eve, see the new year in, just maybe a few drinks outside the van, looking at the stars. It should be, there's no ambient light out here, so it should be a cracking night for it. So yeah, we're on the sunset tour. We've come to the top of a peak to watch the sunset. We've got a guide and a few other people with us. We've just had a couple of drinks and a little mini cheese board each, which is quite nice. Now we are top of the world, so to speak. The sun is setting over this way. This is the mode of transport to get up here. I mean, it's going to be a sensational sunset. There's a few clouds over there just to give us a bit of colour when it finally does go down, but we are, sorry about the noise, it's all the wind up here. The wind's just picked up. But it, again, it's beautiful and remote out here. It doesn't get much better than this. Yeah, I think we'll have a couple more drinks and wait for sunset.
And then he was like, oh, she's calling me babe all night. I'm like, no, that's just Nelly. Like, yeah. Not like that.
It's the end of 2024. We're seeing it in very quiet style this year. We've just, we got back a little while ago from going up to the Sunset 4-wheel drive tour. We're just having one or two quiet ones, and that'll be the end of this episode. And I've waffled on enough for this episode, and yeah, we'll have another episode very, very shortly. See you then.